Hi guys, and welcome to episode 45 of the Milk Round in our season 4 of this podcast brought to you by Castle Milk Youth Complex. We bring this to you every Thursday on our YouTube channel, which you're on just now, so if you can like the video, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell for notifications and share it on your social medias. We share everything on our social medias as well, and you can get us on them on Facebook at Kelly Youth Complex Staff, Twitter is at Youth Complex CYC, Instagram and TikTok are both youth_complex, and you can also email us at cycyouthteam@gmail.com. We didn't discuss that bit there before we started. Now, I usually pass it over to the other person, then I was like, does Kirsty know that I'm going to pass it? Has she got them at hand?
I know, I was like, I have not got them written down.
Just like, don't pass them. Don't pass them.
I think that time when we were doing it, we were doing the live down at the shops, and we were just trying to remember all the social medias, like, it's youth complex underscore? No, underscore complex? No.
People in our MySpace or something.
Profile heaven.
The ones that watch us won't even know what they are, probably.
I know.
So, we're just showing our age now.
Maybe old.
But check out our other podcast. They're on our YouTube as well. And last week, it was just me and Chris on, and we were speaking about the Euro 2020. We were speaking about Pride and Scotland reaching a football tournament for once in my life. Well, it's the second time in my life, but
this time you remember it.
Aye. Hopefully we'll want to remember it as well. So
you will, exactly.
This week it's me and you, Kirsty, and we've got an exciting guest coming on as well later on. So stay tuned for that. But first off, let's just talk about what's been happening this week. So there was a fight on last night, and it was like a boxing match, an exhibition match they called it, between Logan Paul, a YouTuber, and Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest boxers ever. Now, his record is 50-0, I think. So,
really? Wow. That's pretty impressive.
It is one of the greatest, but this YouTube boxing thing has been going on for about 5 years now, and I don't get it. I don't get why the YouTubers decided that we've got all this money for all the stuff that we do. Let's tap into something else and get even more money. It's just greed, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. I think it's just greedy, but it's also pure random.
Aye.
As well, like, do they think that we believe that it's going to be real? Like, do we think that he's got a shot? Because we know he's no. Like, he's not got a shot down Castle Milk shops.
Exactly.
Got a shot with Mayweather. Like, what?
But I think it was KSI and Logan Paul was the first big fight, and then Logan's wee brother Jake Paul came into it. Now I get when YouTubers go into like fashion or music even, because they've got like that media sense behind them, but going into a sport, like a professional sport, and gone up against some of the best, like they wouldn't try and get into like football, would they? They wouldn't try and go and play for Barcelona in the Champions League.
No, like I get like a charity match, or like when you get teams and they do like the legends against like, and then some celebrities go against them. Like I get that, and it's for like a good cause and stuff like that. But this is just, how else can we make some more cash?
I know, because there's some golf matches and all that do that as well, like pro-am golf matches where celebrities go on and play. But boxing's a bit serious to be getting into. You're going to get yourself hurt. But last night they fought, and Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul took Floyd Mayweather, one of the best, to the 8th and final round, and it got called as like a draw because there was no judges to point score it because it was an exhibition match. But I think you kind of look at Floyd Mayweather and you know that he's been boxing since he was a kid. He's went 50 matches unbeaten. He's the best defensive boxer ever. I'm sure he could have sparked Logan Paul once and hit him onto the canvas.
Would I like flipped him and he would have fell right though?
Yeah, but there's controversy as well. I don't know if you've seen any of it, and it's saying like there's a video of the two of them, and Floyd Mayweather hits him with like a left hook right in the chin and catches him, and Logan Paul goes all like limp, like just goes pure floppy, or Mayweather, and Mayweather like holds him up, and I think he's like, I'm not supposed to like knock him out here. I'm not supposed to spark him. So,
like this isn't meant to. Stick to the
plan. But I don't know about YouTubers getting involved in boxing.
Nah.
What about youth workers getting involved in boxing?
Well, you know that you mention it. Now Darren does do a good wee boxing sesh.
He does,
And
aye. This is
we've
true.
both got right involved in it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could bring back
Exhibition
Kirsty
match.
versus Lee exhibition
No,
match.
no. It could be Kirsty versus Darren, no Kirsty versus Lee.
No.
I'll get my head smashed in, man.
Oh, should I got the kangaroo suits?
Nah, they're long gone. Somebody's
Aye.
found them. They're away up Castlemont Drive with them one.
R.I.P.
Aye. So that's what's been happening this week. Just something daft. YouTubers getting involved in boxing. I think Jake Paul is boxing. We called it Canelo last night. I don't know if you know much about boxing.
Aye, but like anytime I hear Canelo, it's like a wee area down Cardonald.
Is it?
Aye. Down Canelo shops. Aye, I'll go down Canelo shops.
Canelo, it sounds like a kind of ice cream or something, like a foreign ice cream to me. Aye. Like, I pure love the Canelos, man. They're brilliant. A Solero or a Cameta or something, I don't know. Aye. But Jake Paul's called him out, so get ready for more circus and more absolute.
Aye. But we'll still be back here talking about it, so, you know.
Aye, I know. That's the plan, isn't it? They get us talking and then they make the money, because I'm sure millions of people tuned into it last night. It was like 4 a.m. UK time,
I know, crazy. But if any YouTubers are listening and they want to go up against this guy, Chris Ritchie's waiting.
Aye. Yeah, I've just flung him under the bus. That's fine. I think 75's been coming up the drive, man. We're just like that. Richie, handy you go, mate. So I bring it on. Any Scottish YouTubers that think they can take on Chris Ritchie, then give us a shout. So that's what we do for the first part of our podcast nowadays, just talk nonsense, and we're pretty good at it. So moving on to our next part, it is what's on my telly and what's in my belly. Now, Kirsty, you weren't on last week, so I'm going to give you the floor here and let you speak about it first.
So what's on my telly is, now I think you might be proud of me, because I watched a scary film.
Oh, it's no like you.
It's not like me. All. I did have to stop it like a couple of times.
Right, okay. I'm looking forward to hearing what it is as well. It'll be like a kid's scary film or something, won't it?
No. Well, it's a 15.
Right, okay. No,
right,
it's still decent.
And it's a thriller.
Right, I like thrillers.
And it's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Ma.
Oh, I've seen it. Aye, brilliant. It's really good.
No, it's no.
Well done for watching it.
I had to watch White Chicks after it. It made me feel better. Like, I was pure terrified. So if anybody's not seen it, it's on Netflix and it's called Ma, and it's what's her name again? Octavia Spencer. Yeah. She's an amazing actress, isn't she? She's just like
really good.
Next level. So she is in it, and she's like this older woman. And she's kind of like trying to get pally with all these young people, like getting them a jump in and, you know, like letting them party in like her basement. And then she gets like a wee bit overly like involved in their lives. And then she's like taking control, and it's gone back to like maybe when she wasn't as popular when she was at school. So she's trying to become popular and almost buy their friendship. And then she's just a psycho. Like,
aye.
It gets pretty dark.
It's like one of these new psychological thrillers, isn't it? It really messes with your head and all that.
Oh, big time. And then there's lots of bits of it. You're like, what's happening? Like that pure escalated pure fastly, and I'm like, what? Like, can't handle it. So, aye, I'll not spill too much, but get a watch. But like, it's really like a funny film to watch after.
Give yourself enough time before you go to bed to cheer yourself up. Aye.
I reckon that's good.
Good shout. Aye. So there's 2 recommendations for what's in your belly then. What about what's in your belly this week?
So what's in my belly is I've been pure craving it, and it's been the best scheme snack going, right?
Right.
Now remember a wee while ago we did some cream cracker challenge.
Aye.
Right, can I be a wee cream cracker?
Won it easy. You were like half of my time. I was like, this is a no bad time I'm posting here. And then yours gets put up and it's like 30 seconds.
I remember when we were doing it, and I was like, we obviously didn't know the timing of each other until we were going to put it up. And I was like, oh my God, this is real difficult. He's well going to win, man. He's well going to win. Like, after I videoed it, I was like, dying. Like, oh.
But then you came out on top. You end up winning it. So, easy for a champ.
So cream crackers, a wee bit of patty, and some jalapenos.
Right, okay.
Dynamite.
Aye.
Like,
this is funny because this isn't what you were going to say. Yes, we discussed a wee bit before the show what you were going to say, and that's not what I was expecting. So it's quite good.
Oh my God! So I forgot about that. No. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the crackers.
You're going to save it for next week then?
No. I'm going to talk about the other one as well.
Right,
so that's a wee scheme snack for you.
A wee scheme snack to get in there. We start.
Me and the guest that's coming on, and a couple of my other pals, we went to Cranside Kitchen, supporting local, you know. And we got some food and ordered halloumi fries. Now, mainly are like big halloumi fries fans.
Big fans of halloumi.
We are like halloumi connoisseurs. And when these, like most places, when they say halloumi fries, it's halloumi shaped in like sticks almost. Now some places vary if they have it bread covered in breadcrumbs or no or whatever. This place was a wee bit different.
Right.
It was like small balls of halloumi, like kind of covered
cheesy
in
balls.
Cheesy balls. Covered in breadcrumbs on top of chips.
It's not halloumi.
So that was like halloumi on top of fries.
Aye.
I was very disappointed. It was good, but like,
you're trying to order one thing, you're getting another thing there then.
I know.
Aye,
I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I was like pure in my head, like, halloumi fries.
Yes. Get it done me. I'm starving for this, but
they had like a pure good spicy sauce and all that, and I was like, yes, man. No, it would have made this better. Actual halloumi, like raging, but
not on. Get the act together. But the rest of it was good, wasn't it? You said
the rest of it was good.
So aye. We're that much fans of halloumi that I made a halloumi joke. Have I ever told you?
No.
It's really cheesy. No, that wasn't it. But this is it. I've never told you this. What did the cheese say when it looked in the mirror?
Don't know.
Hello, me. I made that up. That's quite good, isn't it?
An award for the dad joke of the year goes to...
I'll take it. I've got a dad bod, so the dad joke might as well go along with it.
Oh, man.
Aye. Well, you can use that one if you want. You can use that one.
Thanks. I feel like
my
6-year-old nephew.
Aye. That's what it's for. It's light-hearted, isn't it?
So what's been on your telly and in your belly?
Well, on my telly this week, there's been a couple of football games on this week. So the Champions League final was last week. Unfortunately, my team, Man City, lost that. But more importantly, as we discussed in last week's episode, if you've not seen it, go check it out. Me and Chris were speaking about Euro 2020, which is taking place this year, and Scotland are finally at it. So I was watching the warm-up games. So last week we were recording and Scotland were playing Netherlands. Good result against them. Could have got a win. Ended up drawing 2 each. And then yesterday I watched us play against Luxembourg. Now, yesterday was a wee bit sloppier, so it was. So they'll need to tighten up the screws for next Monday. We still won.
They kind of were a wee bit like a wee hangover happening.
It might have been that.
Maybe they went for that halloumi fries.
Aye.
They were disappointed.
Aye. So they still got to win. So that's a wee bit of confidence. But maybe they're saving their goals for next Monday. But that's what's been on my telly, the Scotland games. I'm really looking forward to seeing them at a major tournament. And I think,
that's good.
Like I said last week, we could get a couple of points in this group. Czech Republic got scalped off Italy. Croatia are the same team as they were at the World Cup. And England haven't been scoring that freely either. They've been winning 1-0 and penalties here and there, last minute winners and stuff. So it's all to play for, and anything can happen at these big tournaments. So
very true. Have you got tickets for the fan zone?
Aye, I'm going to the fan zone a couple of times. I won't be seeing any Scotland games at it, but I'll be seeing other games in the tournament.
That'll be good.
Aye, I'm really looking forward to it. What about you? Have you got any tickets?
I haven't. A few of my pals have, so I might
Sneak
piggyback
along.
on, steal like a few spaces, eh?
Aye, definitely. You should go for it. I'll tell you how it is then, and then you can
Yes.
choose if you want to go for it.
Mhm.
So that's what's been on my telly, and it will be on my telly for the full of the summer as well, until Scotland reach the final and win it.
Yes.
And what's on my belly? What's on my belly this week is I also was eating it. I think I've been eating it the last 3 times I've been saying what's on my belly. And I think it's just because everything's opened back up again.
Opened, yep.
You just
Mhm.
want to go everywhere that you haven't been for a while. So we went to a place in Royal Exchange Square that we've not been to for a while, and it's BRGR.
Mm,
It's a nice wee takeaway place. You can sit in as well. We sit in, and it's like just burgers and fries, and it's so cheap. So it is. It's like
as
Monday to Thursday, I think the burgers are all £4, and then on a Friday to Sunday, it's £5. But the burgers are massive, and
oh,
they're
they're
good,
huge.
good
But it
standard. And
reminds
that.
me a bit of like remember the handmade burger company,
Aye,
like that, but like decent prices and
aye, aye.
better quality.
I would
Like
agree.
you
I
get
didn't like that handmade burger company. I wasn't a big fan of it, but
kind of
I
like
will.
too much fuss.
Aye, I think so. Aye, and when the prices are high, they're a bit
Mm,
full of themselves, aren't they?
yeah.
But you go into this place, aye, and it's like £4 for the burger, £2 for the fries, and
Mm-hmm.
then £1 for a can of juice as well. But it's quite funky inside. It's small, so it is. They've got one in Royal Exchange Square and one, I think it's in Giffnock or something as well. They've got one,
Aye.
so on the south side, like in East End. But aye, really nice. Check it out if you're ever in the town. You're looking for somewhere different, feel like a Burger King or a McDonald's or something.
Mhm.
Go in there and aye, you'll enjoy
There
it.
was
I'm sure.
a funny place that we were talking about the day, Lee, about this place that only serves like
Aye.
one type of food.
Mhm. Aye, aye. I don't know what it's called. Do you know the name yet?
Oh no, I don't know what it's
No,
called, but I
but it's
like it.
just opened up and
Sounds like class.
it only sells one thing. And it's got one thing in the menu apart from drinks, but only one thing in the food menu, and it's a pie and beans, a Scotch pie and beans.
Epic,
That's all they
epic.
do. £3. You go in, get a Scotch pie and beans, and you're happy.
Mhm.
Aye.
But like,
See,
why change it if like you're good at what you do? Do you know what I mean?
exactly. Aye. Why try and mix it up?
Aye.
Aye. No, you're right. Do you remember the song that came out and it was like Justin Bieber? What do you mean? But somebody was singing
Yes.
Scotch pie and beans.
Beans.
Whoa.
Oh.
So that is what is on our tellies and what's in our bellies. So if you want to say what's on your telly and what's in your belly, comment down below or get us on our social medias and we can give you a wee shout out in the podcast. This week we've got a guest on again. So
Yes, we
last two
do.
weeks we've not had a guest. We had a big birthday special and then
Mhm.
we had the Euro 2020 special. So this one is another special episode because we've got a guest back on. So
Mhm.
would you like to introduce the guest and
Yes.
invite them in?
I'll let her come in. So we have the fabulous Kathleen McGee. Woo!
Whoa. Hello, how you
Thanks,
doing,
Kathleen, for
Kathleen?
coming
Right?
on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pestered
No,
you enough.
aye, aye.
Okay,
No, we really appreciate you coming on. A lot of our members maybe recognise you as well from our social media because you're pretty famous up on that thing, aren't you? Last year, we'd done an episode on actually No Wrong Path, haven't we, Kirsty?
Yep, I'm just
Um,
going to share the screen and show it.
yep.
The
And last
fabulous Kathleen right here.
Kathleen's post went viral on our page as well. So
Put us on the map,
uh,
Kathleen.
aye, it was great. So you've been like a friend of the complex for so many years, and that went viral. So it did that post. So aye, that really helped us out as well. Like it helped show so many young people in our community where you can go from where you are just now, and there's no wrong path. Like we try and tell them every year.
100%, yeah.
Aye.
You've inspired a few characters for some drama performances.
Yeah. Wee bit embarrassing. Like my family were also slightly embarrassed.
And you've been right involved with the Eufy for years and years, so thank you very much, a fabulous friend of the Eufy.
Aye.
So it's been a year since we were on our doorsteps clapping for our carers and thanking the NHS. So we just wanted to thank you again because although we're no longer standing on our doorsteps, we are still very, very grateful for all the hard work that you do. So thanks.
Thank you guys for supporting us all.
Nah, so this is just a big thank you just for coming on again. But before we get into the real hard questions that we're going to ask you through the interview and through the quiz, we've got to ask you a really simple question, simple 2 questions, and that is, what is on your telly and what's in your belly?
Well, you were going to ask me my PIN number there, and I was like, so
have you got that as well? That's the next question.
I've been watching this show called Feel Good on Netflix.
I've been watching it as well.
Have you seen it? It's so good. It's just about this girl who's a comedian. She's like struggling with her like sexuality and like a gender identity, and then also going through like some PTSD, some things that have like affected her. But it was actually such a good watch. Like, she's a comedian as well, so she's really funny, and it was a really good watch. I would definitely recommend it.
I've seen some of her like in stand-ups as well from it, and I'm like, why have I not like seen her before? Like, she's actually so funny. Some of her jokes are like, she's just like pure deadpan. You're like,
like, oh dear.
It's
no, it's really good.
And it's lots of really good topics as well. So if anybody is kind of wanting to, there's lots of helplines after it as well. You can access, and it's quite good that it's came out in Pride Month. And there's lots about sexuality and kind of identity as well, so that's really good.
Right. Brilliant. Good recommendation. So what's in your belly this week?
Well, you said you were only going to be 20 minutes, and I've literally just sat here and ate a wee cake. So like I've not had my dinner yet, so I was eating a cake, and I was paranoid that you were going to come back, so I was like,
that'd have been perfect if you were eating it on live recording.
Was that one of the ones that your neighbours made?
No, my mum left me some cakes yesterday.
Oh, very nice. Catherine's got these awesome neighbours that are like, I'm like, oh, we've made some cheesecake. Do you want to taste it for us? And she's like, oh, go on then.
I know. She made some shoe buns.
Yeah, shoe buns. Aye.
Shoe buns. I was like,
10 out of 10. Very, very. So if she would like to make any cakes for the milk round,
aye,
or anything like that.
Possibly.
Fully participate in that.
I'll let her know.
Aye.
So every year we do that No Wrong Path movement, and your story went viral. Could you just tell us your path into where you are just now?
Yeah, sure. So I left school when I was 15, basically because I didn't like it. I really, really, really disliked school for loads and loads and loads of reasons. And I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, to be honest. I always wanted to go into medicine, really, but I got some really bad advice when I was at school and was kind of told that I wouldn't really ever make anything of my life, pretty much because of where I come from and what kind of school I went to. So I made a massive mistake and believed that for a long time and really didn't do a lot. So I went back to college when I was 17, and I done an NQ in pharmaceutical science. So that was basically just learning about different types of like chemist kind of drugs and stuff. And I got a qualification that would make me be a pharmacy technician at that point. So that was exciting, but I just felt like it didn't challenge me enough. And that's when I kind of realised that I did enjoy learning. I just didn't enjoy learning at school. So I went back to college and I done 5 hires at college. So 4 of them were during the day and 1 of those was a night class. I done that and I decided that I was going to apply for medicine, but I chickened out on my year of doing my hires because I thought, nah, you're never going to get in, so why try? So I went and done a HNC in applied science. I applied to medicine and I got an unconditional and I got in, surprisingly. But I got into a 6-year extended medical course, which is for people from widening access backgrounds.
Right, okay.
What does that mean?
So widening access, so people, when they think about medicine, they think about doctors who come from really elite and prestigious kind of backgrounds. And widening access or widening participation in medicine was a kind of project that started to make the right mix of people who come to medical school. So be that from like ethnic minorities, or and now this specific program is to widen children who are from maybe the first person to go to uni or from a lower like socioeconomic background, and particularly children who go to schools who don't send the kids to higher education, so they've got quite a low percentage of children who end up at uni or end up at college. So it's really to get those kind of kids involved, because if you've got potential to go to university or you want to go to university, your background shouldn't ever stop you from doing that.
Exactly.
So these kind of widening access groups were started to try and do that. There was some kind of data that came from England, even as like early as last year, that said that English medical schools, only 4% of their intake is children from this group that I've just described, for widening access backgrounds.
Wow.
So there's definite change that needs to happen for this to, you know, things to get better. As always in Scotland, leading the way with everything. Glasgow's intake last year was like 19.6% of their students are from the most disadvantaged backgrounds in Glasgow.
Amazing.
So that's definitely...
It's not the full percentage that we want it to be getting to, but a hell of a lot better than 4.
100%. Obviously, there's different factors down in England in that they still need to pay for their education. But Scotland's definitely leading the way with that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you also were wanting to make sure that not only did you kind of fight against the stereotypes, but you wanted to make sure that you offered the best opportunities when you did become a doctor. So you also went to learn sign language, and you met this absolute belter of a pal. Bob. So you went to learn BSL so that you could kind of have like a basic understanding if a patient had came in, and you'd be able to kind of support them, and then you kind of follow that through and got your level 2 in that as well. So it just shows how much you were widening access for, like, you were kind of sticking it to the man almost, like you were kind of making sure that you were going to like kind of pave the way for lots of people, but you were also making sure that you were kind of breaking down some walls and barriers on the way while you were doing it. You were making a fuss when you went.
100%, yeah. Folk from like backgrounds like mine who know the struggles of getting into medicine, you need to do more to make yourself stand out from everyone else. So definitely learning sign language was a way that I showed that I was keen to learn how to communicate with loads of different types of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done that as well as for applying for medical school.
Excellent. You don't do much, do you, Kathleen?
No, I try not.
So what would you say was your biggest challenge? And if you were to give advice to our young people, like our members who would maybe want to follow the same path as you, how would you tell them to overcome that challenge?
So one of the biggest challenges for folk applying to medical school from like backgrounds like mine is that we don't know any doctors or anybody who work in a hospital who'll be able to get us any work experience. And that's a massive thing. Every medical school will ask you, well, what's your experience? Why do you want to work in this environment? What did you get from this environment? And a lot of the people that like us are either got their own jobs or care for their own families or whatever. They don't have any time to go get work experience. So that was definitely a massive challenge, and trying to find out where I could get work experience.
And will be even harder now for young people due to COVID, because it's absolutely non-existent at the moment, which is rightfully so, because these are all hell of a busy, but it's very, very difficult.
It is definitely difficult to get work experience. It's always about kind of who you know. But now it's much easier, I'm kind of glad to say. So before COVID, there was certain programs like the REACH program and Medic Insight, who work quite closely with kids who are applying for medical school to get them some work experience and to give them kind of some insight into what it's like to be a doctor. That's so important. Like, you could go on this work experience and think, I don't want to be a doctor, but I actually quite liked what the physio was doing, or I quite like what the nursing staff were doing. It just gives you an introduction into the hospital. And as you said, with COVID, they're actually doing virtual work experience now. So they're kind of doing some videos of idiots like me going about trying to and getting some experience of what our day-to-day life is like. And the medical students are also doing it to show what they do kind of day-to-day, what medical school's like. So I definitely encourage any young people who are wanting to apply to look into these kind of programs. There's a really good website as well called You Can Be a Doctor. I got the chance to work with Callum, who runs that last year, and very passionate about getting folk into medicine and hopefully broadening that into getting people from disadvantaged backgrounds just into university at all. So I would encourage people to link up with these kind of programs.
And if anybody is stuck for finding some of these opportunities, we'll put some links at the bottom. But also if you want to drop into a job club, we've got some kind of links to some of the seminars that are happening that Kathleen was just mentioning there that are looking epic, by the way. Like I was looking at some of them, I was like, what, man? Like they've got like fake simulations and all that, and I'm like, oh my god, that would be brilliant. But also lots of schools tend to have, like, in their PSC classes or PE, they have the teacher that heads like the Heart Start. You ask if you've done Heart Start when you were at school and you want to help them kind of coordinate that, whether that is that you're just cleaning down the resuscitate nanny. It just shows you've kind of put yourself out there within that kind of field, which is really good.
Like, I definitely also say for young people who like don't have work experience but we've got life experience, that's a massive thing that I noticed when I went to medical school, is that I actually had experience of life and seeing people who were sick firsthand. I'm sure a lot of your young people have to care for relatives or siblings, or you can use that to your advantage. It shows that you're a caring person, and as long as you reflect on things that you've learned and, you know, taking that forward, you can use that in your medical school interview. You don't have to be at the hospital for weeks and weeks. And whatever, like, use your life experience. It definitely sets you apart from everyone else.
Definitely.
Great advice.
So COVID is shaking the world, and we know that, like, there's been hunters happening and it's not going away anytime soon, and I think that because of all the hard work that the NHS have been doing, and yourself and your colleagues, and we all just wanted to thank you for doing that, so have you a round of applause. But also it's inspired so many people to want to get into the field of medicine, and it's just amazing. And I think that out of a horrible year, then the best thing to have come out of it is people being inspired to kind of go out there and help people. So I think that's been quite a nice wee kind of silver lining to it.
I would agree. Aye, definitely.
I'd be glad to see lots of people joining up.
Yes, definitely. There's also opportunities for some people to contact like the local GP surgery. So the one in the health centre at the in Castlemilk, they have spoken before to young people about their kind of process, and sometimes it's just a wee interview, or you can send them a wee survey, when they're free they can reply back, which has always been quite good. Some people use that in their applications as well, which is really, really good. So get creative.
I'd definitely be happy for folk to email me or message me on Twitter or something if you've got any questions.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Well, we'll add Kathleen's Twitter down below as well in the description for the video, and you can go and follow her there.
Not the one where I post drunk photos in it, and I've actually got a professional one.
So you've got a new role. You're let me get it right. I've written it down. You are a clinical teaching fellow.
Yes.
Is that right?
I know you wanted to call me that, but you'd have had to blank it out.
I will. Bleep, 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 bleep. She's about bleep. So do you want to tell us a wee bit about what that is? Because you're not just an ordinary doctor, are you?
Well, so basically just now I'm just completing my 2 years of kind of probationary training, like post-uni. So I'm a foundation doctor, but in August I am starting a clinical teaching fellow post. So basically what a clinical teaching fellow is someone who splits their time between clinical duties, so that's stuff that I do now, like going on ward rounds and looking after like sick patients when they become unwell, and I'll split my time with teaching the undergrad medical students, so just kind of showing them the ropes and what we do around the wards and giving them smaller kind of bedside tutorial type things, that kind of thing.
So you potentially could be supporting one of our young people?
Yes, when they
How
come
amazing.
to school, yes.
Aye.
So I'm looking forward to getting involved in that. I'm hoping to be involved with the students. So the students who come in when they come into medical school, who've came in through the widening access route. Sometimes I know myself, I came that way. It's quite isolating. So we kind of need a mentor or somebody to go to talk to who's kind of been through that and knows what it's like. So I'm hoping to also be that as well, because I know how hard it is. When all your pals and your colleagues are going on skiing trips and you're just kind of like, well, I don't know if rolling down a hill drunk counts as skiing, but so
I think it does.
I've done plenty of that, but not in skiing, unfortunately. So I'm hoping to kind of be involved in that also.
Amazing.
I know. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be different. It's technically kind of a year out of like training, so not going into higher training, but yeah, it'll be fun.
It will be good, and I'm sure you'll inspire hundreds and hundreds of young people to kind of get involved and just helping them and be that kind of positive role model that you needed and sometimes had as well, and having access to different kind of funding streams that were available, because obviously when you're working, like, you don't have time you're working on wards, you're doing uni, you've got assessments, you're studying for exams, you don't have time for a part-time job. What people who generically do when they're at uni or at college or whatever, do you know what I mean? You don't have the time to do that. But you also, if you're coming from a background like ours, you don't have the luxury to afford to live without kind of those opportunities. So having somebody to reach out to ask, like, do you know about any scholarships, or do you know about any kind of pockets of money that would be able to help you survive, basically? So I think that'll be really, really helpful.
Aye, definitely. Agreed. So well done, Kathleen. Aye.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing on that new role and everything that you've done. You're an inspiration to a lot of our young people as well. So
Jeez.
Thank you.
And thanks very much for coming on as well. We really appreciate it, giving up your time, especially after a shift as well. You must be knackered, and we are talking nonsense to you. So
she's used it with me.
Aye, I can imagine. I messed up the questions, I think, so I think we'll finish there for questions.
Yes, aye.
Kirsty? Aye, right. I did mess them up, but didn't I?
No, that's all right.
It's just because I think you were answering questions so well that I was like, right, that might be covered actually. So
try to suck up there. She messed up the system.
You were terrible, Kathleen. You were supposed to answer these questions and then answer.
Too many questions.
But the questions aren't done there, Kathleen. Because now we get to the dreaded part of the podcast, and it is the quiz where you go up against the co-host, Kirsty. So we left a question last week. So if you're waiting on the answer from that last week, it was, what is the only flag in the world that doesn't have red, white or blue on it? Do any of you guys know the answer?
Ireland. Oh, that's white. Damn
it. Did you watch last week's episode, Kirsty?
Aye.
Aye, because you'd have probably looked this up if you did.
I know, I should have. Damn it.
Can you give us a clue?
White.
I can give you a clue. The area of the world, I'll say, is Central America. That's my clue. Caribbean. So whereabouts in the Caribbean is it?
Barbados.
No. It's Jamaica.
Oh.
Jamaica's flag is green, black and yellow.
Oh, so I keep thinking it was white as well.
So if you got that right, let us know in the comments below.
But don't cheat and kid on that he's did.
I know, aye. And if you have any like brain teasers like that, send them in for the hosts and the guests to try and do.
For Lee to try and guess, because this is too hard for my head.
Right, now we're on to the quiz between you two guys, but and this week, since we've got a medical professional, I thought we'd give a biology quiz. No, I'm joking, it's not biology.
I feel like, oh no, I'm not actually even a real doctor.
Well, this will tie in then, because this is fictional doctors as well.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to give you fictional doctors. Some are medical doctors, some are like doctors of physics, some are war medics, things like that. So one's a dentist as well. So
What? Am I ever going to get anything right?
Right, I'm going to give you fictional doctors, right? And you have to tell me what they're from. So it can be books, film series.
Well, only if it's going to be
TVs.
Dr. Dreamy for Grey's Anatomy.
No idea who that is. So
he's an absolute babe. He's a stallion.
Well, he's not in this quiz. So, Kathleen, you get... I know, I'm glad. Kathleen, as the challenger, you get to choose if you go first or second.
I'll go first.
Oh, putting the pressure on early. All right, okay. Here's your first question, Kathleen.
I'm scared.
Dr. Hibbert and Dr. Nick.
Oh, they're in The Simpsons?
Is correct. It's 1-0 to Kathleen.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Would you have got that, Kirsty?
No, what the hell?
No, right, okay. Number 2 then goes to you, Kirsty, and it's Dr. Watson.
Oh, it's an easy one.
What is that? What is that?
Right, it's originally in books and then
Dr.
in
Watson.
TV shows and films since then.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes or something?
Well done, aye.
Shut up.
No, that's Dr. Sherlock Holmes' sidekick is Dr. Watson. Aye, well done. He was
that was an absolute guess.
That was
right. One each. Okay, so we go back over to Kathleen, and it is Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, I don't know. What was that film called?
Kirsty knows it, so she's going to go for the steal.
I can't remember what that film's called. No, I don't know.
You going to pass?
I'm passing.
Okay, we give it over to Kirsty.
Is it Hannibal? No. Hannibal.
I would need the most famous movie. That's what I've got as the answer. The most famous movie. So.
The most famous movie. I don't watch scary films. I just told you that I watched Man. I pure crap my pants.
I don't do scary either.
You pass.
Exorcist.
Can't even say that. Exorcist. It is Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
But you're right, it's Hannibal the Cannibal. From that. Aye.
Can I get half a point?
No. So it's one each. Back to you, Kirsty. So Dr. Evil.
Oh, oh my God, Austin Powers.
Well done. It's 2-1. Takes the lead.
I was going to shout FB. Get in my belly. I'm not sticking.
It might be him. That might be him. We're still not speaking. Oh no, this is going downhill fast. Right. Back over to Kathleen. You need to equalise here, Kathleen. It is Dr. Emmett Brown.
Emmett? I don't know.
Come on.
Are you Googling? Are you cheating? Where's your horns?
Is it a TV show?
It's not a TV show.
Is it a film?
It is.
I think I know it.
Dr. Emmett Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Pressure Zone.
I'm going to say... I don't know. I can't even think of any films.
You passing it?
Wait, before she passes it, Kirsty.
No,
I want to ask you a question if you think this would be fair. Because Dr. Emmett Brown, right, he's called something else, isn't he, in the films? Like...
If it's the same person.
Right, okay, we'll pass it then. We'll pass it. Are you passing, Kathleen?
I'm passing now.
Right, okay.
No, and Legally Blonde, the guy she gets married to, is he not called Emmett Brown? And he's like a philosopher.
No, that's not what I've got for it.
Oh well.
Right,
Oops.
I'm going to get back to Kathleen Button and say Doc Brown. That's what he gets called in movies.
Doc Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
It's not. Oh no. Oh no.
He's called Doc. No, don't. He's called Doc. I was so hopeful.
Right, Kirsty, do you want to guess when I've said Doc Brown?
Doc Brown. I don't
Aye.
know. Is he battles with Doc Martin?
Oh,
I was
yous
thinking that guy.
have really, really annoyed me here. It's my favourite movie. Back to the Future.
But like, yeah, much I know. Oh, Back to the Future.
Aye.
Damn.
Great Scott, Marty.
Stick to the U-Buck, Lee, because that was shocking.
Should have been Snow White. No, a ghost.
Oh,
Right.
what's
Next
this for?
question. It's 2-1 to you, and you've got the next question.
Okay.
So it's Dr. Stu Price.
Oh,
Stu Price. Stu. Feels if I kept saying it was going to
Aye.
make sense to me there. Dr. Stu Price.
Yep.
I think I know this one.
Is it a type of food?
Is that a type of food?
Aye, a big stew.
Stew rice.
No, don't know, pass.
Right, passing it over to Kathleen. Do you think she knows it?
Is it The Hangover?
It is The Hangover. It's Stu for The Hangover, the dentist, and he keeps calling himself a doctor. And they're like, you're not a doctor, you're not a real doctor, you're a dentist.
Oh, rubbish.
Aye, two each, and we go back over to Kathleen.
Under pressure.
This one. Stick to your foot, Kirsty. So this one is Nurse Ratched.
Oh, she's a real person though. She was
She's
a real person.
Oh, is she?
Um,
Well, what book and film made her famous then?
is it not called Ratchet?
That's the TV show that came out recently. I want the original
that's what I
book
was
and film.
thinking.
I don't know then. Hospital Horrors.
We're going to pass it over. It's no Hospital Horrors. That's going to be your memoirs, isn't it?
Probably.
I thought it was Nurse Ratchet was the thing that was on Netflix not long ago.
Aye, that was just called Ratchet, but it was a spin-off of this book and movie. It was her origin story, basically.
Scary nurse.
Correct.
Ooh, big scary nurse.
It's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, I didn't know that was from that.
Aye, that's where she's from. All right, so it's still 2 each, and we go back to Kirsty for question 8. It's Dr. Octopus.
Oh, Batman? No.
Is incorrect, so we pass it over to Kathleen.
Dr. Octopus?
Yep.
Oh my god.
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob is incorrect. I like your thinking though, Dr. Octopus. It's what do you think it is now, Kirsty?
I don't know.
You were right.
Spider-Man?
Genre of
No.
film. Aye, it's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. I know it was something Marvel-y, rubbishy, DC. I don't know. I'm going to get that wrong. Chris Ritchie's going to be raging, and she's insulted his religion by saying that DC and Marvel is the same thing.
Are you alright?
No.
Need a doctor. Right, we're going to pass to Kathleen now for what might be her last question, and it's 2 each. So, Dr. Charles Xavier.
Oh, I know this.
Pick me!
Hello? X-Men?
X-Men's correct. Well done.
Yes.
Takes the lead. And it's all down to this, Kirsty. You really need this one.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun.
I'm never going to hear the end of this if I lose. Right. So, come on.
Dr. Drake Ramori.
Oh, stop it.
Yes! Yes!
This is a
It is Friends. It's Joey Tribbiani.
fix. Absolute fix.
It's incorrect. It's actually Days of Our Lives within Friends. So
Oh my god.
Kathleen wins 3-2.
You just get done. Oh my god.
No, I'm joking. I'll give you Friends.
Lee, you were about to get killed. Like, I was going to come back up cast milk.
Right, but now I need to look up another famous doctor and try and... Oh, wait.
Oh, wait,
I
know one.
No.
No.
This guy, don't you?
Right, okay, you're going to have to... Have you got pen and paper?
Yeah.
Right. So, write down what you think this is from.
Okay.
Let me just confirm their names.
Oh my god.
Because I didn't think it would get this
You
close.
didn't think we were going to be this good?
Aye, that's what it is.
We got 2 right or something each. Like,
Aye. 3 each. That's not bad.
That's the most I've got all
Right.
season.
John Dorian and Christopher Turk.
ah,
What are we writing?
What do you think they're from?
Oh.
Have you got answers?
No.
yeah.
Let's see your answer, Kathleen. Is correct, so you win.
Yeah.
Well done. JD and Tuck. So 4-3 to Kathleen.
Oh,
The doctor wins it. Doctor knows her
I'll
doctors.
let you win this time.
Well done. That was a good quiz. That was well done.
That was pretty good actually.
Good
Yeah.
competitors, aye. Oh, I didn't mean the quiz was good, Kirsty, because I usually get slaughtered anyway. So
Yeah,
I just
no.
meant like your back and forth was good. Good answers.
Because what heavy comedians, man.
We're that competitive in real life as well.
I know.
Like, you should see us playing beer pong. Like, it's bad.
It gets like we're like, oh, get your head in the game. Team talk.
Yeah. That was good though.
Well
That
done,
was good.
Kathleen. And again, thanks very much for coming on. Really appreciate it. I appreciate all the advice you've just given to our young people. And if you guys want to get in touch with Kathleen, we'll leave her Twitter in the description down below. So did you enjoy coming on the Milk Round?
Yeah, it was good fun. Thank you.
I know you've watched a couple of episodes as well. So is it different? Does it feel different being on this side of the screen?
Definitely. I was really nervous. I was like, they're going to ask me something pure random and I'm going to be like, but no, it was really good. And
Brilliant.
And no pressure or anything like Kathleen might be say last time I had a pal on, it was the most views that we've ever had. So send it to all your pals.
okay.
Me.
Aye,
Send it
it's
to all
a
your family.
competition now.
Okay.
It's a competition. to see
It is
who
a
gets
competition. You
first
need to get more than Angela.
now. Aye.
Oh well, I'll try.
Right, so thanks very much for watching again, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell for notifications, and share the video far and wide on your social medias. We share it on our social medias, and you can get us there on Facebook at Kelly Youth Complex Staff. Our Twitter is Youth Complex CYC. Our Instagram and TikTok are both youth_complex, and you can email us as well at cycyouthteam@gmail.com. We'll see you again next week for episode 46. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Thanks again, Kathleen. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.